Good morning from Memphis International Airport. My name is Connor and welcome back to another Nix Aviation trip report. Today I'll be flying on American Airlines on board their Airbus A321 from here in Memphis down to Dallas in main cabin extra. I'm excited for this flight as my last flights with American have been, well, less than great. So I'd love to see if they've improved, especially in the main cabin extra product. I've flown in American's main cabin extra before between Dallas and Anchorage, and that was on a much older aircraft, the 757-200 to be specific, so I'm also excited to see what it's like on some of their newer aircraft. This will be one of 3 flights for the day. The next 2 flights will be on board a specific single-engine turboprop that you guys will get to see in the next few videos. If you haven't guessed it by now, I'm trying to fly on every turboprop airline in the US, and sometimes it's these average everyday flights that you have to take to get there. Nonetheless, it is another flight, and I love flying, so let's get right to it. With the renovation of the B concourse pretty much complete, next step is to renovate pretty much everything else. Upon entering the airport, it's still the ugly beige brick, low ceilings, pretty much everything you'd expect from an airport design in the 1970s. While it does look really bad, and it's super unwelcoming for new passengers, it has a bit of a nostalgic feel for me, as this has really always been my airport. I will and won't miss it at the same time once the renovations are complete. Anyways, Memphis just wouldn't be Memphis without the stupid long security lines. It's a good thing I'm not checking my bag, because the lines at the American Airlines counter were stupid long as well. Though, the security line did move pretty fast. My flight this morning is American Airlines Flight 1940, with nonstop service to Dallas, which is scheduled to depart Gate 22 at 6 a.m. on the dot. My gate is in the east side of the concourse, and due to low demand, the west side has yet to be renovated. It's currently used for international arrivals only. The new B concourse is absolutely stunning, and has 25 gates. That includes the 2 international gates on the west side, B39 and B40. The biggest goal of the renovation was to attract new airlines, and it kind of worked. Spirit added 3 destinations, Frontier added 2, American added a couple, so I'd say the goal's going pretty well. Along with its natural beauty, the concourse includes many modern amenities, such as power outlets, wireless charging, vending, a business center, high ceilings, modern restrooms, comfy seating, modern art, and televisions. Overall, it's absolutely an amazing concourse, and I can't wait to see the west side get renovated. Here we are at Gate 22. American normally departs from gates 1, 3, and 5, but due to overflow and the fact that all gates are common use, I'll be departing from here today. Boarding is scheduled for 5:25 a.m. Here's my first aircraft of the day, November 5A2 Uniform Whiskey, an 8-year-old Airbus A321-231. It was originally purchased by US Airways, but was flown directly to American's base in Phoenix after the merger.
Once again, for those passengers miss extra time that had the wheelchair in their record, you may pre-board at this time.
This particular A321 features 181 seats, 16 in first, 36 in main cabin extra, and 129 in main cabin. My seat for this hour-and-a-half flight is 9F, which, as you'll see in a moment, has an amazing engine view. These main cabin extra seats are 18 inches wide and feature 35 inches of pitch. For reference, I'm 6'1", so this legroom is really good, phenomenal even. In addition, there is a small pocket for your personal items just below the tray table. The tray table itself is sturdy and does extend, but it was not very clean. With the lack of an IFE on board, every seat is equipped with a holder for your personal device. Pretty useful if you ask me. Every seat also has a USB port for charging, and the literature pocket, of course, is on top. We'll go over its contents later. Lastly, every row has 2 universal power outlets. Now onto that humming we've been listening to. That's actually an air start unit. We're using one of those because the APU is inoperative this morning. So without further ado, we're going to be starting an engine at the gate, pushing back, taxiing out, and departing on time from runway 18 center.
Ensure your seat is upright, all larger electronic devices are put away, and your tray table is stowed. Seat back device holders must be stowed for taxi, takeoff, and landing.
All exits have evacuation slides to use. In an emergency, when directed to exit, jump onto the slide and move away from the airplane. In a water evacuation, the exit door slides in the front and back of the airplane can be detached and used for flotation devices. All exits are clearly marked and signs and opening instructions. If needed, exit path for lighting will illuminate near the floor to guide you to an exit indicated by signs and lighting. Keep in mind the closest exit to you may be behind you. In the event of an emergency, leave all belongings and proceed to the closest usable exits. If needed, oxygen masks will drop from an overhead compartment. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened Please remain seated and keep your seatbelt fastened and pull the button above you. Please do not pull or grab us to get our attention, especially when we are pouring beverages. Lastly, please keep the aisle clear of both personal body parts and your personal belongings as we bring the beverage cart out. Thank you for your attention. Have a good flight.
Literature pocket included only the safety card and in-flight entertainment pamphlet. American still has not reintroduced the in-flight magazine. Free Wi-Fi is available on all American mainline flights for the use of an IFV, or you can pay $10 or a $50 monthly subscription for internet surfing and social media usage. When connected to the Wi-Fi, you gain access to American's IFV. Included are movies, TV shows, whatever this lifestyle section is, and a kids section. All in all, it does exactly what an IFV should do: entertain the passengers. So it gets an okay for me. As for onboard service, I was very impressed by the fact that American hands out full cans of whatever drink you choose. This very well could just be a perk of main cabin extra in first class, but it is really cool nonetheless. Food options consisted of cookies and pretzels, as well as a small selection of buy on board snack boxes. Now, we begin our descent and approach into Dallas, landing on runway 17 left. After this flight, I can say with confidence that my view on American Airlines has significantly improved. The mobile app is very easy to use, checking in was easy, we boarded and departed on time despite the broken APU. The flight crew were young and happy. These are all things I love to see when traveling via the airlines. Though, I do wish they offered more during the refreshment service, but this flight was only an hour and a half, so I can't complain too much. My seat in main cabin extra went far beyond my expectations. In terms of comfort and space, is a definite improvement from the last time I flew main cabin extra in the old cabin. Overall, this was a really great flight, and with the flight credit that I have from a previous canceled trip, I will definitely be flying with American again in the near future. Thank you, American, for the awesome flight today, and an even bigger thank you to all of you for watching my video. I sincerely hope you enjoyed this trip report. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed, and make sure to subscribe for more. If you'd like, you could also follow me on Instagram by clicking the link in the description. Once again, I really do hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next video.